good evening, my beautiful kings and queens. I hope that this has been a beautiful and a blessed day for you all. So, I just want to say that a lot of people have gone out of their way to paint false narratives about you, to paint false narratives about the individual that you are. Because from the outside looking in, you look a little bit too clean. You look a little bit too pure. So in order to tarnish, in order to stain your very being, they told lies, they built up false documentation just to justify the evil that they had done to you. Because a lot of these people, when they started, they didn't know the character that you possessed. They did not know how pure, how kind, how resilient you were, because they were going off of what they had been told. So they worked up plots, they worked up schemes, they worked up plans to make it look like you were not the person that you were. Now, one would ask, why would somebody be so wicked, or why would a group of people be so unkind and so unjust? And I would say that wickedness has been since the beginning of time. When Noah went out to warn the people that their wickedness was about to catch up to them, when he went out to warn that the flood was about to start and that the wrath of God was about to take place, no one listened. They continue to do what it is that they were doing. They continue to carry on with their many life tasks. They continue to sin. They continue to do evil. But when the door shut and the rain began, they then now knew that Noah himself was a servant of God and that he was telling the truth. For a lot of you all, it was the same with you all. You kept on telling them that their deeds would one day catch up to them. They ignored every single thing that you told them. They continued in their wickedness. They continued saying that you were not who you claimed to be. They continue spreading false narratives that there is something wrong with you. They continued because they had to make it look like you didn't know what you were talking about. They had to make it look like something was wrong with you, and that was only to cover the wickedness that they have done. But just as Noah shut the doors on the ark and it began to rain and they were flooded out, it will be the same for a lot of you all. Everything that you have told them, everything that you have claimed has turned out to be the absolute truth. And now the doors are shutting. Now the doors to come back in your life, they are shutting. Now the doors to come and offer an apology, they are now shutting. Now the doors to come back and make things right with you, they are shutting. Why? Because the very wrath of God is coming down. They didn't listen. You've shown throughout the years who you are. You've rendered no evil unto any man. You have been kind and you have been compassionate, but somehow, simply because you were making progress, simply because you were moving ahead in life a little too quick, a little too fast, a little bit too much with ease, or what they thought was ease. They sat in the middle of the night and they cooked up plots and ploys to bring you down. They knew that they had to make you look stained in some way, shape, or form. But your character speaks for itself. The individual that you are, it speaks for itself. And even those that came against you, they're now looking at you and saying, wait a second, this is a wonderful person. Wait a second, this person, or what I've been told about this person, is not true. Because one thing, you will know a tree by the fruit that it bears. You will know a tree based on what it produces. You cannot plant peas and reap corn. You cannot go out and say, hey, I'm going to go get a mustard seed. You cannot put that mustard seed in the ground and expect for peaches to come out. Because only what is in that seed, what is encoded in the seed, the DNA that is encoded in the seed, when it touches the soil and it dies, the very thing that is on the inside of it, that is what springs forth. The very encoding of that DNA that is on the inside of that seed, that is what shoots forth and produces even more fruit. So these people were saying that you were an apple tree when really you were an orange. And now that it is harvest season and you are actually blooming oranges, the people that they told that you were an apple tree is now looking and saying, hey, wait a second, I thought you told me that this was an apple tree. Now it's bringing forth oranges. So now the ones that lied on you, they now have to go and rectify why it is they said the things that they said, why it is that they did the things that they did. Now it's showing how malicious they actually are. It's showing how much envy and jealousy they actually have towards you. And it's showing that you are who you said you are. It's showing that on the inside of you is a seed that God has planted. It's showing on the inside of you that you've always been who you said that you were. Now, why people do these things, I don't know. Why people go out of their way to damage another, who knows? Could it be because they themselves are hurting on the inside? Could it be that they themselves feel incompetent? Could it be that they themselves look at you and want to be you? I don't know. I don't understand why people do these things. But one thing that I do know is that we were born into an imperfect world, so we cannot accept or expect perfection from imperfect people. We came into this world through sin. It is through sin that you were conceived in your mother's womb. But there is a God, there is a way that one can be made new, and that is giving your heart, your life to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And hopefully the very people that threw dirt on your name, the very people that tried to make you be portrayed as something that you were not, hopefully they see the light and the love of God in you. And hopefully, just maybe, it may make them say, hey, I haven't been too kind. Hey, I haven't done right by this individual. So even though you are hurting, even though there is pain in your heart, continue to shine. Even though they slandered your name, even though they went by cruel means to make you lose your mind. They set up tricks, plots, and ploys to make you question your sanity. And it was all on purpose. They did it on purpose. But maybe now they will look at you and realize that, hey, this person truly has the light of God in them. This person truly is special. This person truly is set apart. This is why God says to always, 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 always give him the glory, because another may be looking at you and see God in you. They may see God through the works that you do. They may see God through your kindness. They may see God through the very essence that is you. So even though they put you down, even though they disregarded you, even though they lied on your name and went to extensive lengths to destroy you, be kind, show love, be kind to your fellow brother and sister. Never allow what the enemy has done to you to make you become bitter, because then the enemy would win. When you allow bitterness, when you allow hurt to settle in your soul, not to say that you're not human and you won't feel these emotions, but when you allow that to settle in your being and you allow it to take root, you now become the very perpetrator that you despise. You now become the perpetrators that have hurt you. You now become the perpetrators that have done all manner of evil against you. and they now win. They win the game because you have succumbed. They win the game because you allowed darkness to enter into your heart, because you didn't deal with the hurt that they issued onto you. And being a woman or a man of God, we know that you're not a loser. You are a winner. So in order to win this game of life, in order to win this game of faith, in order to win this game, you have to stand firm. Stand firm in who you are. Stand firm and know that God will never leave you nor forsake you. Stand firm and know that your identity is not rooted in what they say you are or what they portray you to be. That is not your identity. Your identity is rooted in the God that you serve. Your identity is rooting in how you make others feel in your presence. Your identity is rooted on the love, the light, the kindness that you share to your brother and sister. Your identity is rooted in your integrity. Your identity is rooted in the fact that you don't go out of your way to injure another. Your identity is rooted in the fact that you know that all humans fall short. Your identity is rooted in the fact that you forgive. Your identity is rooted in the fact that you show love even after you have been abused. Your identity is rooted in the fact that you did not let the world change you. That is what your identity is rooted in. So even though they went to nasty, dirty means to make you look like someone that you are not, show love and show kindness, because we know that whatever we put out into the universe, we are planted seeds for our own harvest. And when harvest times come, whatever it is that you have been sowing, whatever it is that you have been planting throughout the years of your life, you will reap your reward. And the ones that have gone out of their way to destroy you, they also will reap their reward. So continue to plant seeds and continue to water them. And for many of you all, you watered them in tears. For many of you all, the seeds that were planted, the seeds that you planted on your way, you planted love, you planted kindness, you planted patience, you planted self-control. And how did you water them? You didn't have rain coming down from heaven. You watered them with your tears. You watered them with the hurt. You watered them with the tears of the wounds that these people did. And now it is harvest time. So while others were sowing seeds of discord, while others were sowing seeds of violence, while others were sowing seeds of deception, you stood true and you sowed seeds of righteousness. And now it's harvest time. And many may look over at your harvest and wonder why your harvest is so large. Many may look over at your harvest and wonder why your harvest is so plentiful. But they did not see the sweat that dripped on your brow. They did not see the blood, the sweat, and the tears. No one saw the tears that you cried. No one saw you sowing. They only see now your harvest. And maybe that is what made them turn against you in the first place, is because they knew you were planting. They knew that you were watering the harvest. They knew that you were tending to it. And a lot of people can sense that your harvest was right around the corner. So maybe that's why they turned against you. Maybe that's why they cooked up plots and plans to make you seem like you are somebody that you were not. But anyhow, that's neither here nor there. Your purpose in this life is to be kind. Your purpose in this life is to show the love and the light of God. Your purpose in this life, though it is hard, though it is painful, your purpose in this life is to be the best you that you can be. However that looks to you, that is your purpose. That is your purpose, not to inflict pain, not to inflict harm. It is to shine love. It is to show that there truly is a God and that there are good people left on the face of this earth. So I know it's been rough. I know it's been rough for you. I know they hurt you. I know that they injured you. But now you have to pick up the pieces. Pick up the pieces. Pick up what you have left. Once you have something left, once there is life, there is hope. Pick up those pieces and you put them back together. And you be so proud of the individual that you are. Be proud of the trials that you have overcome. Be proud of the fact that you did not break at betrayal. Be proud of the fact that their tactics did not change your heart. If that's one thing to brag about the fact that your heart is still in the right space. Brag about the fact that you don't see through the lenses of hurt. You're not seeing through the lenses of pain. You are not seeing through the lenses of disgust. You are still seeing through the lenses of love and light. So be proud of yourself. You've gone through so much and you have overcome. You are an overcomer. Be proud of the person that you have become. Be proud of the man. Be proud of the woman that you are becoming. Though you're not there yet, though you'll continue to strive for the rest of your life to become, be proud of the road that you are on. Be proud of the obstacles that you have jumped over. And even though what these people have done to you, even though the situation was not fair, even though the situation hurt you, be proud, because there is still life. And where there's life, there is hope. I love you guys. Continue to grow in love. Have a beautiful evening.